There's a specter haunting many people's lives in the world today. It is the idea that life can't work out, that there is a cabal of forces in cahoots against them, that the universe itself, that the invisible, that the atoms, that the collective mass of people is somehow out to make their life difficult. They think nothing ever works out. The symptoms of paranoia are these: that you suspect without reason the world is out to harm or exploit you. You think this always happens to me, and it's permanent. You begin to wonder if you are good enough. You suffer from crippling self-doubt and a lack of confidence. You don't think you can count on people or friends, let alone strangers. You're fearful of other people. You're clutching your bag when you walk down the street. You're standing away from the subway platform in case someone pushes you onto the tracks. You start to read signs into things, and anything that kind of goes against a perfect, smooth, flowing pathway towards your destination is seen as it just not being meant to happen or be. Again, if it doesn't happen perfectly easily, you assume you should just give up. A missed bus means that today you shouldn't go work out. A traffic jam means you weren't meant to go to this job interview. You always feel a bit edgy and you can't forgive people. You feel insulted very easily because if the universe is against you, well then everybody who interacts with you, looks at you a certain way, says one wrong word is just a validation that indeed there is some malevolent force out there doing its best to militate against your dreams and ideals. And you always think others are talking behind your back, wishing for your downfall. And you feel like counterattacking viciously. Sometimes you do, but sometimes you don't. You just curl up into a ball of defeatism. That's no way to live. Paranoia haunts. It literally haunts people like a ghost, tons of people. And it shouldn't, because it's irrational. And that's even hard to talk about. You feel a little bit heavy even talking about it. But I suggest you try my mental illness on for size. It's a joke to call it a mental illness, by the way, but you'll see what I mean. I have a condition called GOODNOIA. Not para, but GOODNOIA. In this sort of syndrome, you start to think that the world is actually spectacular. Now, as you go through life and you start to think things are spectacular, no matter what happens, there will be those who think you're a fool for doing so. But guess what? A fool who is somewhat conscious of his foolery is the happiest man you're ever going to meet. The serious people you meet in this world are seriously messed up psychologically and emotionally. Look at how they read the morning papers and how ugly their faces are. You don't want a face like that. Doesn't mean you're going to stick your head in the sand to the horrors of the world, but you're going to see these horrors in a different way. You're going to see them saintly. You're going to see them as having a reason. There's a story of Mother Teresa. A journalist came and saw these tens and tens of thousands of sick people around her. And the journalist said, "How do you deal with this every day?" And Mother Teresa said, "Look over there. That little boy is taking milk for the first time. He had been sick and couldn't even eat." That's what a saint does. They see bits of perfection and absolute horrors and terror, and they think that is going to spread and expand. That's what happens when you suffer from GOODNOIA. So let's look at the symptoms of GOODNOIA. You suspect, with good reason, that the world is out to help you and make you happy. You often find yourself thinking, my God, good stuff always happens to me. Every single day, every single moment. You believe that you are super talented and good enough to do anything with a little bit of work. And you're also humble. You suffer from amazing self-belief as well as self-honesty. You can be self-deprecatingly humorous. If you aren't good at something, you realize that's a good sign that the universe is nudging you the right way down a better path, and that some things are just hobbies and might not be your passion even though you're passionate about it. You can smile about anything. You start to feel that you can count on people and your friends and family, that they'll come through for you when you need them. You even start to believe that strangers will help you. I can't tell you how many times, because I suffer from GOODNOIA, I show up at places that are sold out. And somebody walks up to me that works there, I'll have a conversation with them. All of a sudden, not only do I get in around the line, but I get in free. I'll get a personal tour. It happens constantly. And I know walking up there, I'm just going to get in. I just can feel it. I really do suffer from GOODNOIA. It's a sort of craziness that I really believe things are going to work out. Everything that happens to you becomes a positive sign and made by a positive design. Every delay, every long line, missed flights, failures, all this feels good and is good for you. It's an opportunity, a door opening to send an email to somebody, to make a phone call, to read a little bit more, to write, to take a nap. Even illness looks like a cool mountain to climb and ascend. Every success you have, likewise, just seems like this is permanent, and it's verification and validation that your GOODNOIA is real. You start to feel that others look up to you, that they like you, that they're going to enjoy your company, that the boy or girl you walk up to is going to really enjoy your company. You really start, GOODNOIA is weird. You're convinced other people are going to fall madly in love with you. And irregardless of how you look to them physically, it's amazing. And you find that you start blessing people more and more, and you bless them and you bless them and you bless them, because you can't stop. It's almost compulsive addiction to think good of other people. So I'm urging you to get this quote-unquote mental illness called GOODNOIA, to be like the character Pangloss from Voltaire's novel Candide, that this is the best of all possible worlds. That's powerful stuff. Again, don't be afraid to look like a fool and live life maxed out. Live it all, be rare. And just as an addendum, I'm not in any way downplaying mental illness or anything like that. I'm just taking something that has a negative connotation and making it positive. I can't help it. I have GOODNOIA.